Hello, and welcome back to this week's Super Auto Pets video. I'm very excited for this video. A lot of really interesting combos this week. Got to play with some of the pets that I haven't really played with before, so very, very fun to play through this pack. It just sort of pushed me in that direction, and it was great to try out those pets. So yeah. Bulldog and Seahorse are both great pets to start out with, and then having the Pillbug for buffing up the Bulldogs works excellent. But I decide, hey, let's buff the Seahorse, not the second Bulldog, since I'm probably going to combine them in the future. But yeah, interesting starting group here. Yeah. So while this early game portion plays out, I want to talk about my VTuber debut. I have my debut on May 27th. It is from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. CST. I am very excited for it. Very, very, very excited for it. Yeah. There's currently a poll up for what to play during the debut. It's either going to be Legend of Zelda, Dredge, or it's going to be a combination of 4 games, which is Slay the Spire, Peglin, Winterfrost, and some Super Auto Pets, possibly viewer lobbies. And yeah, I will link the poll down in the description. There will be just a couple hours to maybe a day left if you're watching when this video goes live. But yeah. I hope to see you all there for the VTuber debut. It'll be so much fun. Anyways, here I'm deciding about getting rid of the Seahorse, which is a great pet for disrupting the enemy team. But I wanted to get the Tamarin in, just such a great pet for allowing pivoting. It is... I think Tamarin got nerfed on the test server. I need to go and try out the test server. They recently re-enabled the like other pets for like they had Turtle Pack and Puppy Pack enabled, but they didn't have Star Pack and Golden Pack enabled. But they enabled those in the most recent update, so hopefully I can go in and test out some of those combos. Anyways. Tamarin currently is 50, 100, 150% of its attack, sorry, of its stats to the pet. But they're changing it on the test server to 33, 66, and 100%, which totally fair. Definitely get why they did that. Tamarin is really strong, really, really strong. And even like 66%, that'll be like a pretty good buff, you know? Bulldog putting in some work here with the garlic. And we're going to be double buffing, not double buffing, putting double experience onto the Tamarin here. And I was originally planning to sell the Tamarin then for the lionfish, but we leveled up into the polar bear, which is a pet I don't really use that often. And decided, hey, let's use the polar bear to provide some extra buffs to the lionfish here. Yeah, definitely looking at that Nyala there. I also see that there's a husky, and unfortunately, I have equipment on all of my pets here, but this week had some really strong combos with having like a level 3 turtle and having a husky, so you could have melon armor, but also pretty wide buffs, which was very nice. And here I'm deciding, do I want the alpaca or not? If I have the alpaca frozen, the polar bear might hit it. So I eventually decide, no, let's not freeze the alpaca and just, you know, make sure that the buff hits who I want for it to hit. Get absolutely destroyed by the hippo there. And I'm deciding, is it time? And I decide it is. So we sell the Tamarin, throw in the lionfish, and then I'm going to start buffing up this Nyala. I probably should have grabbed that penguin for some buffs. And either Nyala it hits here is perfectly fine, since they're both at base stats, you know? Woodpecker was kind of a menace in this weekly pack. Sauropod. We bring in the small Nyala because I'm wanting to buff up this Nyala still. And throw a melon onto the lionfish for some additional protection. I probably should have shifted that forward by one. Not a huge deal, but probably would have been worthwhile. Just keep pumping stats into the lionfish. At this point, I'm kind of wanting to get rid of the sheep, but like, I'm too heavily invested. The other option is the bulldog, which I think is what I end up going with. Here we go down to 1 health, and it's like, yeah, I need to get rid of one of those two. And I think we go with the bulldog. Yep. Now I'm looking for a suitable buff target. And another polar bear. Just get a little bit of stats on it. If we survive this round, we're going to put the stats on. I guess I also decide maybe a cat, though now I'm starting to get into like too many different strategies, you know? Works out for us right now, though. And let's combine the Nyalas. It'll be the same amount of trumpets, 16 either way. There we go. And we sell the sheep, get the small cat, and we buff up the bigger polar bear. And this chili that I happen to throw on puts in work against this team. If I did not have that chili, I think I would have lost that round. Decide to combine those two, start buffing another polar bear. And then we'll go ahead and throw a melon on here. Melon and pepper are both really good. Melon makes sure that you won't die from, like, you know, there's no peanuts in this pack. So, 41 damage in order to die, basically. Or up to 41 damage. Deciding what to buff here. End up going with the polar bear. Sorry, not buff, level up. Still have enough, even with the turkey buffs there. Level 3 polar bear, first time for that. Just never really play with the polar bear that much. Like, it's interesting. Also, you saw I was kind of waving my mouse there. I should have put, like, the cat on the right already had some stats to it. I should have put the new cat on the smaller one, just for helping balance out the stats a little bit more. Didn't matter in the end. I would have been, like, destroyed either way. But here we get, our second run, which is the actual winning run. We start out with 2 mosquitoes and a duck. Great turtle pack start. Like, couldn't ask for anything better, you know? Get another mosquito, another duck, and a third duck. 2 combinations on turn 3 is an excellent start to the game. Combine, we get an osprey, and we get a sheep. Osprey, I didn't think it was that good when I was first looking at it, but if you're going with like a summoning team, or you're going with like a muskox team, or something like if you put the osprey in the second to the back position and you put a muskox behind it, the osprey will die, the gopher will die, then the puppy, like the golden the golden retriever will die. Those are 3 separate buffs for that muskox, which is excellent, you know? And here I see the Stoat. this was like my third run through, and just seeing like the strategies of like food builds as well as the husky, I decided that this would be a pretty good pack to try and get the level 3 Stoat on. So that's what I go for this run. And here, there's double mole. I should have done this in a different order. Sell the duck so that I could have gotten the 2 health on. It ends up being fine, but that was a little misplay there. Sell the duck first is what I should have said. But yeah, we're initially going with husky buffs, and then we're also going with food buffs from the cat. Just an excellent way to scale in this pack. I think there's seal as well, or is that a previous week? Anyways, with sauropod and cat, it was just super good. So here we go ahead and level up, and we get that husky. So we bring it in immediately for the sheep. The sheep was doing good, but the husky is definitely what we need. And I was thinking of putting that croissant on to start buffing up, but it's like, no, I want to get multiple huskies. It'll be really good to do that. Grab the tamarin to help with pivoting later. I think that goes down to the cat. I knew I wanted the tamarin to go either onto another husky, onto the sauropod, or onto the cat. One of those 3 is what I wanted to do with the tamarin buff. Yep, seal is in this pack. And I keep stuffing pears into this tamarin. It's like, yep, every time I see a pear, just buff it up. I don't know why I didn't freeze that pear. So now we're getting +2/+2 on these 3 pets on the right-hand side each turn. So that is pretty good. So that's 6, 8. So we're getting +8/+8 every turn right now, just by having these 2 huskies. So speaking of tamarin, well, here's the tamarin directly into the cat. Very happy with that buff. Speaking of the tamarin, though, I have gotten it to level 3 numerous times. I think level 3 tamarin, even in its current state, is excellent. I just need to get the achievement at some point. Like, it's going to be a similar process as the Stoat. Any cell pet, it's like, okay, well, I have to keep this cell pet on the team to get the achievement, so I don't get the benefit of the pet. But yeah, it'll just be make a big beefy team and off to the races we are. Still end up losing there. Save the pear. Guess I end up using it. And I didn't grab that sauropod there. Interesting. I must have been so laser focused on the black cat that I didn't notice the sauropod. And there, we level up into sauropod, so it's like, yeah, we'll take it now. And the reason I didn't grab that pear there, even though I would have gotten credit back, it would have been better to get the so it's a 2x buff or 3x buff, depending on a level 2 or a level 1 or a level 2 cat. So getting +6/+6 instead of +4/+4, much better and definitely worth it. Go ahead and throw the lollipop onto the cat so that if I grab a hot dog in the future and it hits the cat, I'm not wasting a bunch of buffs. Even with the skunk taking down the health of the cat there, perfectly fine. Yep, see, hot dogs. And here I'm like, sure, let's buff up the sauropod. I don't think I've gotten level 3 cat before. I'd have to go in and double check that, but I don't think I've gotten level 3 cat, so probably could have put the chocolate onto the cat and still been fine. And the order of eating food there was actually important. If I had the chocolate and then had the pear, it would not have reset the triggers. But since I had the pear, that was a level 1 amount of gold, and then having the chocolate reset the triggers, so I got 1 extra food trigger that turn. Nine wins. Can we pull this through? And I decide, yeah, there's nothing really super interesting. Let's go ahead and just buff up the cat. Let's get it close to level 3. And you notice, I still don't have any health food on these pets. That would have made the difference in that fight. So I go ahead and throw a pepper on. And I figured, yeah, let's just throw a pepper onto the stoat here. Or sorry, the mosquito here. Think about grabbing the chocolate. I decide no, and let's grab the pizza. And here we go. A different food team. And we managed to pull it through. Level 3 stoat. Was a fun time to get the level 3 stoat. Very happy that I was able to do that. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you aren't already subscribed, make sure you do so. Also, as I said earlier in the video, I'm having my VTuber debut on May 27th from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. CST. I'm super looking forward to that. I hope to see you all there. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye, friends.